Blazing deals, boundless options. It's Hot Grill Summer at Whole Foods Market from June 14th through July 4th. Fire up the grill with quality cuts at the best prices. We're talking animal welfare certified meat. Check out the sales on bone-in ribeye, beef kebabs, and New York strip steak. Round out your barbecue with plant-based proteins, sliced cheese, soft buns, and all the condiments. Plus, sales on fresh strawberries, peaches, and more. Don't forget the pie either. Get grilling at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
Today on CityCast Madison. Every once in a while, you got to test your skills. That's why we're bringing back local trivia host Paul Guse for another round of Madison trivia. How much do you know about where you live? And 90s songs. This time, yours truly takes on producer Dylan Brogan, and you should get ready to play along from wherever you're listening. It's Tuesday, June 27th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. We are here with Paul Guse, host of Smarter Than You Trivia. Paul, what is happening?
It's a beautiful week, and I'm excited to watch you two do trivia against each other in a hopefully lightly combative or moderately combative manner. This will be fun.
Yeah, I am thrilled. This is ideal. And we're with Dylan Brogan, producer extraordinaire, and my competitor today. How are you doing, Dill?
I'm doing well. I need some revenge from last time. Trivia revenge. It beat my pants off last time.
Revenge of the nerds.
Did you just call him Dill?
Dill Pickles. He's a pickle. Pickle man.
That's going to be in there forever now.
All right. Well, so here's the thing. Paul, you're a host, and I'm going to hand over the mic to you. I'm going to give the host seat to you so I can become a competitor now.
All right. Sounds good. So these are going to be somewhat Madison or Wisconsin-focused trivia questions.
Awesome.
But some of them won't be Madison-based necessarily. I think the best part of trivia is not having a category per se, but just being, you never know what the next question's going to be. Since I'm going to be reading the questions, I'm going to have to assign somebody to keep score, and I choose Bianca because
what?
I don't trust old Dill's mustache. You do not look trustworthy.
I would never cheat ever, but I'm fine with Bianca being the scorekeeper.
Okay.
You really truly are my nemesis, Paul.
Okay, so this is going to be round one. Every question's worth 1 point if you get this correct. I'm going to read the question, and then you both will, hopefully formulate an answer in your brains, and then I'll call upon you both to answer at the same time, and then we'll just see how that goes. And I will choose who got it correct if either of you got it correct. Here we go. We're going to start off real easy. It's going to be a lightning, quick question. I want the first thing to come to your answer with the first thing that comes to your brain. Here we go. Question number one. What bar is closest to Cha-Cha?
The Crystal Corner.
That is correct.
What?
Dylan, what the?
I guess it moved, and I got confused.
Which one? What moved?
Cha-Cha.
That's correct.
It used to be further down.
A while ago it moved.
Darn it.
Yeah, it's been a while. Because the Crystal Corner, I don't think has moved since its inception.
Yeah,
it's
no.
Not...
Unless you had a really long night there.
Like the earth cooled and the crystal just formed after that.
Yeah.
All right. This is a local news question, so I don't know who might have the advantage here. The next question is, who is the chief meteorologist for NBC 15?
Bob.
Charlie Shortino.
Ooh, Charlie. Look at that. Dylan answered Charlie Shortino with the confidence of a man with a mustache. It looks like he's real into local news. He's got a charter.net email. Knows a lot about siding.
Was that correct?
I thought you'd get that right, Dylan.
I know my local weather folk.
I was like Bob Lindenmeyer.
That's usually a good guess. It's Bob Lindmeyer, Charlie Shortino, and Gary Canulti are like the big three, at least in my mind.
Yeah.
Which dates back 20 years. So there could be totally different people now. That's just what I remember.
Well, Bob Lemire and Gary Canolti are both kind of semi-retired, I believe, at this point, but they're still active on the air. So.
Okay.
Bob, Gary, and Charlie.
Okay. Next question. Who is the coach of the UW women's hockey team? So get the answer in your head.
Didn't he just retire? Johnson.
That is correct. Mark Johnson.
Mighty Ducks Johnson. Okay, so Dylan's ahead now.
Yes. Or Mark, do you believe in miracles? 1980 beat the Soviet Union. Johnson. Or the Mighty Ducks. Either way, however you know about Mark Johnson, either one of those will work.
Guse is slowly losing confidence in this showdown.
Oh, and hey, that's the thing about trivia. You don't have to show your work. Often it's not advisable to show your work, but if you get the right answer, that doesn't matter. All right, the next question is a local culinary question, sort of. What restaurant existed at 120 East Wilson Street before Tempest?
It's the one that Paul didn't work at, but I thought he worked at, that everyone loved.
Yeah. Oh man, it's at the tip of my tongue too. It's it was also seafood-ish. It wasn't the Tempest. It was the give us a hint. Poseidon.
It's something French.
Okay, man, we are all over the place. It is not Mermaid Car Wash. That is true. It is not The Mermaid. It is Restaurant Magnus. That is the correct answer.
Darn. Yes,
Wait, but what was the other one? Like, it's just like an amazing restaurant. Not Magnus. What's the other restaurant that you...
I used to do trivia at The Merchant like many years ago.
Oh, yeah. I used to work at The Merchant.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe I got that
There's
wrong.
Magnus, but there's another... I feel like there's another Madison favorite that everyone talked about that I connect you with, Paul, and it's not Magnus.
Momar.
Cafe Momar.
Cafe Momar.
Yeah.
Where was that? I always confuse that with Magnus.
That's where Heritage is now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, actually, I'd been to Cafe Momar.
That'd be a really good, I'm going to use that as a trivia question in the future. It'll be like, Heritage is to Cafe Momar as Tempest is to blank.
Perfect.
That's really awesome. Look at how we're helping you, Paul.
Future trivia.
It did start with an M.
There was a mermaid on
Winnebago,
Atwood, right?
Yeah,
Winnebago. That's it. Okay, here's the next question, the last one for this first group of questions. This is a tough one.
Ooh.
Name the two mayors between Paul Soglin between 1997 and 2011. So there was Paul Soglin, then there was two other mayors, and then Paul Soglin again between 97 and 2011. All right, do you have them in your head?
Kind of in my wheelhouse. We got Sue Bauman and Dave Cheslevich.
That is correct. Bianca, would you have gotten either one?
I wouldn't have gotten the first one. And I probably wouldn't have, but I know the second one.
Mayor Cheslevich?
Mayor Dave.
Mayor Dave, yeah.
Yeah.
I see Sue Bauman walking around all the time.
I was here, I think Mayor Soglin was here when I moved here.
The phrase Mayor Soglin was the mayor when I moved here is true for 75% of the population of Madison. Because he was mayor. Yeah, he was mayor in the 70s, took two mayors off, became mayor again, took two mayors off. Now he's the first mayor into his next break. So,
all right, so round one is done. Can we get a scoring update?
Yeah, what's the scoring update after round one?
Yes. I feel like I might have messed you up, Dylan. Do you have 3 or 4?
I'm letting you do it. I would say 3, though.
I think you're at 3, and I'm at 1, so...
Well, it's really important I get an early lead here because you're going to absolutely destroy me during the musical round.
The music.
Here's round 2 of CityCast Madison Trivia. Question number 1, round 2. What are the hash brown / fried potatoes called at Mickey's Dairy Bar?
Oh.
I will give you a hint. They're not called hash browns or fried potatoes. They have a specific name. What are they called at Mickey's Dairy Bar, which is a different location entirely than
Mickey's Tavern.
Mickey's Tavern. Yep.
Which is the one I go to.
Yep.
I actually don't know if I think I went to Mickey's Dairy Bar a decade ago.
Yeah, I only went once too, and it was with some Ukrainians who had wandered down from Wisconsin Dells.
That sounds way cooler than when I went.
I went many times, and often in the morning on Saturday or Sunday morning with a bunch of very hungover grad students or parents of UW students wandering and milling around. So what are the hash browns and fried potatoes called at Mickey's Dairy Bar? Do either of you have a possible answer?
Potato sacks.
That's good. I like that one.
Potato bombers.
Is it Bucky related at all?
Is it Bucky related? I'm going to say no.
Okay, then I'll say American fries, I guess. I don't know.
No. Well, that's actually kind of close. The correct answer is Yanks.
Yanks. Yankees?
I don't know if it comes from Yankees, but they're called Yanks.
This is some real Madison trivia.
Fluffy doodle dandy Yanks. Okay.
All right, next question. Of the 5 Madison lakes, what is the only one that does not start with an M or a W? Of the 5 Madison lakes, what is the only one that does not start with an M or a W? Do you have it in your head? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Kaganza.
Oh, nice. It was a tie, but Bianca said it first, so she gets the points.
What?
Yeah.
You were, by the way, you knew that, and you kind of just were like, Kaganza, like you didn't know, but you did know it.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaganza. Well, I'm just like, yeah, I did. We both knew it.
Yep.
Yay.
It's a cool word.
Kaganza, Monona, Mendona, Wingra. Okay, all songs only.
What do you say? All songs? Is it all just is it all set to the
Kokomo,
to the melody of Kokomo from the Beach Boys?
Okay, today it is.
Paul Soglin, Sue Ballman.
Better than Evanescence.
Yeah. That's true. That statement is almost always true as well. The next question is, what is the name of the light beer at the Great Dane? And I will use this in a sentence or in a story. I'll make this a story problem. So there's a guy, let's just say there's a guy named Steve, and he's from Sun Prairie, and he drives downtown, and he goes to the Great Dane, and he says, "Hi, could I have a Bud Light?" The bartender says, "We don't have Bud Light. We have something that, is a light beer. I will offer you a blank." And she says the name of the beer. And then Steve's like, "Okay, do you have hams?" And she says, "No, we don't. We make our own beer. And it's called, the flavor is this." And then he'll say, "Okay, I get it. Do you have Coors Light?" I've seen that type of interaction happen at the Great Dane.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
So, I'm going to go with Pilsner.
No, that is not the brand name of the light beer at the Great Dane. Boy, your mustache really did not work for you there. Like, this seems like this
I like hams. What can I say?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at your face, and your mustache screams, "I like hams." All right, Bianca, what is the answer?
My heart was like summer shandy. I definitely should have eaten lunch or breakfast before this conversation.
That's at least beer related, though. That's fine. That is, Leinenkugel's has summer shandy.
Right.
The correct answer of light beer at the Great Dane is the Landmark Light.
And do you like it?
Do I? No, I don't like beer. But
fair enough.
When I did have it, it is the most beer flavored beer that they have. Like prior to 9/11, beer used to taste like beer, but just in the last 20 years,
it's the most American thing I've ever heard said.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's also a messed up stance.
And also, you remember beer before 9/11? How old are you, Guse?
I do. Of course I do. I mean, how old am I? I'm 44. So I do remember beer before 9/11. But it just seems like in the last 10, 15, 20 years, beer has just gone off the rails.
9/11 ruined beer for Paul Guse.
That's
just one of the many consequences of that day.
Blazing deals, boundless options. It's Hot Grill Summer at Whole Foods Market from June 14th through July 4th. Fire up the grill with quality cuts at the best prices. We're talking animal welfare certified meat. Check out the sales on bone-in ribeye, beef kebabs, and New York strip steak. Round out your barbecue with plant-based proteins, sliced cheese, soft buns, and all the condiments. Plus, sales on fresh strawberries, peaches, and more. Don't forget the pie either. Get grilling at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by FX's The Bear. The hit series returns with Jeremy Allen White in the Golden Globe-winning role of Carmy. He and the team will transform their family sandwich shop into a next-level spot. all while being forced to come together in new ways as they confront their past and reckon with who they want to be in the future. FX's The Bear. All episodes now streaming only on Hulu.
Let's get to round 2. Round 3, question number 1. What was Melio's called before it was Melio's? Melio's is a restaurant. They sell sandwiches. It's called Melio's. Before it was called Melio's, it was called something else. What is that name? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Milano's.
Big Mike's.
Big Mike's sub.
Big Mike's is correct. Yeah, it was Big Mike's, and then
I vaguely remember they had to change the name so they could franchise because there was like some trucking or towing company named Big
I think
Mike's.
there's a Jersey Mike subs too.
yeah, there's a whole podcast in there. I think you guys should do a research on like why did Big Mike's change its name, which is a little late because that happened like 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Like that was a while.
It really did.
I'm more curious why people on the Isthmus don't care about cousin subs, but that's for another time. We've lost 2 cousin subs.
That is true.
Over at Pastec.
And
One
I
downtown.
love cousin subs.
I love cousin subs, so I have to drive down to East Wash. Anyway.
I agree. When cousin subs used to be up on the outer square, that was awesome. I love that. All right, so just a couple more questions. We're gonna keep it culinary because I think that is Bianca's wheelhouse. Number 1, in the 90s, which restaurant chain in the United States purchased the most kale? In the 90s, which restaurant chain purchased the most kale?
Was it the smoothie shop, Jamba Juice?
That is an excellent answer. It's actually
Pizza Hut.
The complete opposite of that. Pizza Hut is correct.
Because of their buffets.
They were serving kale?
Yeah.
I don't even think they were serving it. It just surrounded the salad.
Oh, duh.
It was in the salad bar.
So
and Dylan, you're
sad.
correct. It was also decoration around the salad bar. That is for a lot of Midwestern kids.
I was like, I grew up in Baraboo and went to
That
those.
was a huge loss. That when Pizza Hut buffet went off State Street, that place was awesome.
Oh, there was one on State. Wow.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal. So that was everybody who grew up in Wisconsin in the 80s and 90s outside of Madison. That was their first introduction to the substance, food, and word kale. Was when you went to Pizza Hut and you're like, why is this lettuce all jacked up? I do not understand what this is.
Oh, you don't eat that. That's kale.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah. And then all of our dads were like, don't eat that. That's just decoration. Yeah.
Well, it's like on the ice.
Weird lettuce. All right. The last question here. What was the name of the burrito at the now closed Burrito Drive that contained Spam, tater tots, baked beans, Velveeta, and ketchup? What was the name of that burrito? You got it? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
White trash? No.
Yeah. I was going to say white trash. Yeah. But
that is correct.
But I learned that from you, Bianca. So
So you'll let me have that even though I said no after it? Just cut the no out. I'm just kidding. We're obviously keeping it. I said it like quietly, white trash.
They stopped making that burrito long before they stopped making all the burritos. But that, I remember, that was the first time where I ate something and I was like conscious of the heartburn starting immediately. Like it was, I was like, I cannot believe it was the most heartburn inducing food I've ever consumed. And it was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, tater tots are king.
Yeah, a real loss when that place went under.
Tater tots was the healthiest thing in there. Like tater tots were the kale of the white trash burrito. Yeah. All right, so this is the music bonus jamboree challenge round.
Jamboree.
I guess that's the name of it. Yeah, jamboree. I'm going to play a couple songs or parts of a couple songs, and then when I stop, I'll ask you. You can do the artist, the title, and the year. You have my heart, never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, you still be my star. Baby, 'cause in the dark.
Do you just shout out when you know it?
What?
Do you shout out when you know it? Or you're going to pause.
Sure, I was going to pause, but you can. Okay, what's the artist?
Rihanna, Umbrella. I'm gonna say 2003.
All right, that is a very good guess. It is Rihanna, Umbrella. Do you have an answer, Dylan, on the year?
2012.
All right, we split the difference. It's Umbrella by Rihanna. The year is 2007. 2007. That was good. All right, last song.
Yeah, I never would have got that.
Wait, so how do the points work? Do you get a point for each one you get right of the three?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yep,
so I just feel like it's worth noting I'm officially 3 points ahead.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, and that's what it feels like. Wait, Dylan, are you surprised here?
I really cleaned up on that last third round.
You did. You have 6.
I get crushed in the music round. Okay, keep going.
That is true. Okay, so this one, I will pause at the end. So just write down the artist, the title, and the year, and then I'll ask you at the end. But this is, again, like last time, this was a song, growing up that everybody in my family really liked. So here we go. Shorty, get down, good Lord. Baby got 'em open all over town. Strictly biz, don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day to play away. Can't get her out of my mind.
Wow.
I think about the girl all the time.
Wow.
East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in a stash, stacking up cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, long as she got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. You know it, right? I like the way you work it. No diggity. Gotta bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Gotta bag it up. Like the way you work it. No diggity. Gotta bag it up. Like the way you work it. No diggity. Gotta bag it up. She got class and style. Street knowledge by the mile. All right, that's enough. So you...
Very low on the profile. Wait.
That's right. All right, Bianca, what is it?
Blackstreet, No Diggity, 94.
Ooh,
I'm going to go 90. I knew it was Blackstreet and No Diggity.
Okay. I believe you. I
think I was in 4th grade, so that would be 1996.
Oh, Bianca, it was Blackstreet, No Diggity, and it was 1996.
Yes!
Oh!
4th grade Dylan is proud.
No diggity. Okay, so you got 3, Dylan. Do I get...
You get 2.
I'll take 2. Okay, so yeah, I have 11 points and you have 9, so you're 2 behind.
And that's it, right? That the whole shebang's over.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Well, you got me again, Bianca, but well deserved.
Yeah, this is so fun. This is why trivia teams are fun, is because different people have different things. I love music, but I remember being surprised. I'm like, why am I always just so good at the music rounds?
The best way to win trivia when you're coming to in a group section is to bring as much diversity as possible, like different backgrounds, as many different genders as you can bring, different ages, bring everything, because that's how you're going to have the best shot at winning. And that's exactly it, Bianca. Like, it's really fun to have different people kind of pipe up at different parts that know different things. So,
Paul, you are so fun. This was too fun. It's great to show Dylan where it's at.
Oh, that's that is precise. I love how that's the takeaway. I mean, he's got the Culligan man.
Yeah, and you look like you're living La Vida Loca, Paul.
Hey, I want to tell you. So there was a guy at the last trivia that came up to me, was like, "You do not look like Ricky Martin," and there was no preface to this conversation. He was referencing listening to this podcast a while ago when you said I look like Ricky Martin, but he said it. He said it to me like I just said to him, "Hello, my name is Ricky Martin." Like I was minding my own business at the bar, like, trying to get a drink. Yeah, he just came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you don't look like Ricky Martin." And
don't
the person
you dare.
next to me, yeah. The person next to me is like, "What the hell is that about?" I was like, "People think I look like Ricky Martin." And that guy does not.
really think he does. So
yeah, well,
that's funny.
For those of you who don't know me and don't, you will never find me. Like I live amongst you. And if you're looking for a guy who looks like Ricky Martin, you will never, ever identify who I am. So.
Oh my gosh. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. Well, thank you so much, Paul. Thanks, Dylan.
I'll get you next time.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, veiled threat to close us out.
That was Smarter Than You trivia host Paul Guse and CityCast Madison producer Dylan Brogan. You can play trivia with Paul every first and third Wednesday at the Harmony Bar on Atwood Avenue. And here's some trivia. Who's the best local podcast of Madison? Well, it could be yours truly. You can vote in the Best of Madison contest until this Friday. CityCast is up for Best Local Podcast in the Arts and Entertainment category. We'd love your vote. You can find a link to the ballot in our show notes. And here's what else Madison's talking about. Broadband. Wisconsin is receiving more than $1 billion to expand access to high-speed internet. More than 1 million people in Wisconsin currently don't have broadband or can't afford it. This money comes from the big infrastructure bill signed into law in 2021. The funds are expected to start rolling in next year. In other news, another plume of smoke from Canadian wildfire is moving through the Madison area this week. The state issued an air quality alert, which is forecasted to last until Thursday afternoon. Right now, we are in the unhealthy air level, but that could reach the very unhealthy air category as early as today. Officials say those with heart or lung disease, older adults, and children should consider avoiding all physical activities outdoors. That's all for today, here on CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed the show, why not share this podcast with someone who can carry a tune? We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then,